Hey everybody, my name is Claudia Reed with Claudia Reed's Soapbox. How are you today on this Sabbath evening? Shalom Shabbat. If you like what you see, please click like and share. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful, fantastic weekend in advance. Now we're going to go over Psalms 107. I'm going to make myself live on TikTok. So now that we're live, I'm here live on TikTok, live on Facebook, and we are going to discuss God's provisions in Psalms 107. Now, as you know, that Psalms 107 is a powerful poetic chapter, okay, in the Bible that emphasizes, oh, I forgot to turn on my microphone. I'm sorry. That emphasizes God's mercy and deliverance, right? Hold on. Oh, my goodness. Hello? Okay, sorry. I should have done this before I start. Okay, so Psalms 107 is a powerful and poetic chapter in the Bible that emphasizes God's mercy, okay? So we're talking about the mercy, deliverance, and the faithfulness, right? It's the first psalm in book 5 of the Psalms, right? Psalms 107 to 150, right? So that's the beginning of that part, right? So, and it serves as a call to thankfulness for those who have experienced God's salvation and provision, right? So the summary of it is like God delivers people from distress, when they cry out to him, his mercy endures, forever, right? So the whole thing is that Psalms is structured around four main stories or scenarios or of distress, each ending with ending with the refrain. So then they cried out to the Lord, in their trouble, and He delivered them from their distress. So each group represents a different kind of human suffering, okay, followed by divine rescue, right? Okay, so like between verses of 4 and 8 on Psalms 107, people were lost, they were hungry, thirsty, with no place to live. They cried out to God, and He led them to safety and satisfied, their needs. Right? The same thing. What we're doing, we're going through now. We are crying out to God. Right? Okay, so being the prisoner, like being in prisoner of darkness, where you feel like nothing's happening, you have no light in your life, you are so depressed. So those who sat in darkness and chains, suffering because of the rebelling against God, meaning that you're not following His word, you're not following, the commandments, you're not following anything, So they're suffering for it because they're not following they're not following God. So they cried out to God, and He broke their chains and brought them into the light with Him, right? Okay. So to the sick and the afflicted, right? The fools who suffered because of their sins and they were near death. Okay. Sorry, I was cooking today and my shirt is dirty. Sorry. So they cried out to God, and He healed them and saved their lives, right? So like the sailors in the storms, right? The sailor in the stormy seas. Like when you're on the boat and then all this big rush of water come in and you're getting scared and you feel like you're gonna drown and your boat is gonna go under. So those who went out to sea and faced violent storms that brought them to the brink of disaster, right? They cried out to God, right? And He calmed the storm and brought them safely to shore. So like closing, like mostly like the psalm ends with a meditation on God's sovereignty, right? So how He blesses or He humbles people and nations, turning deserts into rivers and vice versa, right? So the final verse encourages, right, that the wise to reflect that, to be wise to reflection on God's, unfailing love, right? So, oh, give thanks to the Most High, for He is good, for His steadfast love and endures forever. So we know that Psalms 107 is an invitation to remember God's goodness and to give thanks for His redemption acts, right? In our lives, right? So no matter the situation, whether lost, imprisoned, sick, or in a storm, when people cry out to God, He responds with mercy and rescue. It is often used in testimonies, worship, and sermons of deliverance, gratitude, and hope. And thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing Psalms 107 for me. I think it was very important, and the Most High asked me to do this. So if you like what you see on YouTube, click like and share. And also on TikTok, if you like what you see, Click like and share as well. And thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. And I truly hope that you have a wonderful, fantastic day as well. YouTube and TikTok. Thank you very much and goodbye. On TikTok. So now that we're live, I'm here live on TikTok and I'm live on